Hey, I'm Radyar, and this is Pokemon Emerald Kaizo Nuzlocke Episode 2. Right before we ended last time, we set up our early game, and we're ready to make our way to Rustboro to get our first gym badge. But on the way, we have a couple more interesting battles and more encounters to give us the opportunity to find some better assets for our team. As you can see, the grinding we did is already paying its dividend because we take out these trainers with extreme ease. We really don't have to go back and heal between battles, but I just have a habit of doing it, I guess. And it's not a bad habit to have because you could get bad RNG at any point, so it's good to give yourself the best chance. And I wanted to take this opportunity to address my channel as a whole. I have a very mixed bag of content on here, and everything I've posted is for fun, and one video in particular just hit 1 million views, and like that's insane. And it's funny because I think that's such a horribly made video, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And apparently more than 1,500 of you subscribed to me, and I wanted to use this series as a way of reaching out and saying what kind of videos I should make on this channel. I'm having fun doing this, and I plan to continue this run until I lose. But if you're interested in what I'm doing, leave a comment and tell me what you'd like to see from this channel. So now we have a Meowth with Payday, and we've been grinding with it a lot. And every time you use Payday, you get a payout for using that move at the end of the battle. And we just go crazy at the Pokemart here, and we completely load up on a bunch of stuff that we need, a bunch of supplies, which is going to make the grinding process a lot easier. We're not going to have to go to the Pokemon Center and heal as much because we can just do it ourselves. And we have a ton of antidotes because those are definitely necessary since you don't want to get caught poison and the Pokemon Center is too far away and they die while you're running back. So we're going to pick these berries, and we haven't got our Route 104 encounter yet, so we're about to do that now. And our Route 104 encounter is a Natu, and that's not bad at all. I said in the last video how I was happy that we got Psyduck because it gave us a Psychic type coverage, but Psyduck doesn't have an actual Psychic typing, it just has those moves in its move pool. Natu actually has the Psychic typing, so its Psychic moves are going to hit a lot harder than Psyduck's, and its move pool, I'm guessing, is a lot bigger. They do change a lot of the move pools in this ROM hack, so this is really good for us. We easily catch it with the Premier Ball, and with that we have a great new addition to our team. And we give it the nickname Small Wings. And we're actually gonna switch out Porches for Small Wings, because I think that Small Wings will be a better addition to our team at the present moment. Now of course we gotta go train up Small Wings if we want them to be useful, so that's exactly what we do. We grind them just like we did our other Pokemon before we head into the next area. Luckily, almost everything goes down in one hit. I guess Natu's base special attack is pretty high. It makes sense, you usually don't get him till a little bit later into the game. So that made the grinding process just that much easier at this point. cap off at around 15. I felt like that was a good enough level to get through this early part of the game, especially with the rest of our team. Yeah, so as you can see, getting Natsu just up to level 15 was enough to almost trivialize this entire battle. Cleffa does live with 1 HP, and funny enough, does actually 1 hit point of damage back to me, but then we finish it off with another side beam. And Pichu goes down on 1 side beam as well as Azuro, and we're able to take down that last trainer on Route 104. Now, we did buy some repels because I want to be prepared for when we get our encounter. I don't want to accidentally run into it when I'm not ready. So that's why I use a repel there. Yeah, so to reiterate, these trainers barely can put up any fight thanks to the grinding we did, which is really nice. And at this point I'm feeling nice because they're basically going down with 1 side beam every time, and we still have a Charmeleon in our back pocket. Now coming up right here, we have an interesting battle with Team Magma Grunt, and his team is pretty beefed up than it was in the regular game. You could call this even a mini boss if you wanted to. So right before we started, we switched Charmeleon to our frontliner because he started with a Magnemite. So 1 Ember should be enough to take him down. You got 1 hit KO. And we still got a full Charmeleon. He sends out Coughing, and I'm thinking here 1 Ember might be enough to take him out as well. But it's not quite enough, and he hits us with a Toxic. Now we gotta switch out because that poison's gonna start stacking every turn. And since we're not on switch, if we don't switch out now, he's gonna take another tick of Toxic if since we're playing on set. So we send out Shibuya, and Coughing goes for Protect, but it fails. And here, I didn't know Coughing didn't have, I didn't know Coughing did have Levitate. So we go for 2 mud shots in a row. He protects the first one, but the second one was just not needed. So we go for a tackle to finish it off, and it protected itself again. We're able to finish it off with 1 more tackle. And they send out a Houndoom, and we hit it with a super effective mud shot, and it goes down in 1 hit. And he sends out a Bagon, we hit it again with a mud shot, and it's a crit, and it 1-hit KOs. Now, this Duskull is using a really annoying strategy. It's confusing us and then continuously protecting. So we're just gonna switch out. Probably just take it out with Shibuya, but might as well switch out. So we go for a feint attack, which is super effective, but it's not quite enough to take it out. And it hits us with the Will-O-Wisp, but it's not gonna hurt us really. So we go for another feint attack, and it starts healing with leftovers and going for protect again, but we easily finish it off with 1 more feint attack. And that went really well. You know, we didn't lose anyone, so we're all good. And we do have a bunch of antidotes thanks to all the supplies we bought, so we're able to get rid of that poison status real quickly. And we go back to heal before we continue on, because we do have a couple more trainer battles in the next route. And I just remembered here that I was repelling because I didn't want to get my encounter when I didn't want to, and I almost forgot to, but we went back, we got it, and it was a hoot hoot, and we're probably never going to use this Pokemon, but we catch it. And I actually went for Swift here, forgetting that it's going to get a same type attack bonus since Meowth is a normal type, and we almost just one-hit KO it. Luckily, it does live with 1 HP, and we easily catch it. And we give it the nickname Hooters. So we get into the next route, and we do have an encounter here, which we're gonna go for. And it's a Snubbull, and that's really good for us. That's a pretty tanky Pokemon, I think. And you know, definitely not the worst thing you can get. I'm happy with this encounter for sure. And as per usual, we catch it with the Premier Ball. And we're gonna give it the nickname Brooklyn. Coming up here are the trainer battles, so we switch Shibuya in as our frontliner because I feel like it's the most well to deal with what we have coming up. And we hit Growlithe and Lautrec with a couple super effective mud shots, and they go down one hit. And at this point, we're still plowing through trainers. Now up here we have our first double battle, and if you didn't grind, this for sure can be an annoying battle. Thankfully we did, but even still they both don't go down in one hit, surprisingly. And they're able to confuse us and just prolong the battle a little bit, but we do take them out really easily. And at this point I heal up our team, because we do have Red coming up here, which is definitely, if you don't want to count the Magma Grunt as the first mini boss, this definitely is. Now Red is always going to have a well-balanced team. All his Pokemon are carrying items. Every single one has good cover moves, and they all use annoying strategies. He starts out with Eevee, and I start out with Shibuya, and we hit it with a Mud Shot, and it lives with 1 HP, and then it goes for a Curse, but it's also carrying a Citrus Berry, so it gets healed to full. We go for another Mud Shot, and it does less damage, but we're able to do one more before it attacks us, and we take it out. Now he suns in Bulbasaur, and Shibuya has a 4 times weakness to Grass, so we switch in for Charmeleon. And the Bulbasaur goes for a Mega Drain, which would have done big damage to Shibuya, but luckily it doesn't do anything to Charmeleon. We go for an Ember, and it's enough to take out the Bulbasaur. Now Red's gonna go for Pikachu here. So I'm thinking one more Ember should be able to take out this Pikachu, but we're just short. Again, and he hits us with the Thunder Wave and paralyzes us. So that's not good. And Pikachu's also carrying a Citrus Berry, so it gets healed to full, and it hits us with a Surf. This is what I'm talking about. You would never expect to see Surf on a level 9 Pikachu, but Red does have it. So we send in the small one, we get hit by another Surf, and it does quite a bit of damage, but we hit it with the Payday, and it's enough to take it out. Now he sends a Charmander, and I'm thinking, okay, we have 6 levels on this thing, probably just take it out with a couple more paydays without having to risk it switching. So it hits us with the Will-O-Wisp and it burns us, so I'm like, okay, it's not doing that much damage. But then we get hit with the Flame Wheel, and the Burn Tick. Now Small One fainted. We lost our first Pokemon to Red, very unnecessarily. But that can just happen, you can just get unlucky like that at any time. So although we did all that grinding, we lose Small One just like that. Now we send Small Wings to avenge him. We hit him with one Side Beam, and it's enough to take him out. Now Red has one Pokemon left. He's gonna send out Squirtle. We go for another Side Beam, but Squirtle fakes us out and we flinch. So we go for a Side Beam one more time. And it's short of taking him out. Instead of going for it, I did want to switch out because I didn't want to get RNG'd again. A crit could take us out. And it healed with the Citrus Berry, so we send in Mightyena. And we do get the Intimidate off, lower his attack stat. And he hits us with the Bite and it does 1 damage. And we hit him with the Secret Power and finish him off. And we beat Red, but we did lose Small One, unfortunately. So, rip Small One. But, and we're just here. We made it through the super early game, and we made it to Rustboro. And I would like to consider this like a good checkpoint. So we heal up our team after that battle, and unfortunately here we have to say goodbye to Small One. But luckily we did catch that Snubble, and we immediately replace him. Gone but not forgotten. Our first Pokemon in the graveyard. Now in Rustboro, just like every city in this ROM hack, we have a patch of grass, and Old Dale Town, how we had fire types, in this one we have grass. You have a chance to catch a Bulbasaur or Chikorita, but we got unlucky, we got a Hoppip here. And I'm not sure if this is a Sweet Scent user, and I know those are something that you're looking for sure. But we still want to catch it just in case. We're gonna catch almost all of our encounters, like I said. And we just we blunder here. We switch into two Pokemon that have weaknesses against grass, and we get poisoned as well. But we catch it really easily. And unfortunately, I clicked B here and I accidentally did not nickname it. But after that Red battle, I decided to train up all my Pokemon a lot before we take on Roxanne. Now, I did record the first couple trainers in this route, but for some reason, I couldn't insert it into my timeline when I was editing. We didn't even get our encounter yet. We just battled those first 2 double battles, and they were basically a sweep because we were pretty over leveled for the area. But I do have the rest of the battles in the area plus the encounter here. Makuhita definitely isn't bad. A fighting type is always good for to have in your party. So this is a good catch for us. And we nicknamed this one the Fat One, in memoriam of the Small One. Now we have this double battle, and like all the other trainers in this route, they go down pretty easily. They do have cheesy strategies, but we're just so over leveled that it doesn't really matter. We do get put to sleep, which is pretty annoying, but like I said, doesn't. They're just not enough of a threat to us for it to bother us. And the last trainer in this route is a bug user, and with Charmeleon we easily take everything out in one hit. Now in this cave, we did get Geodude as our encounter, which really isn't that good. I would say this is a bad encounter, because there's a ton of useful Pokemon you can get in here. You get a Rhydon, you get an Aeron, you get an Onix, so this is probably the worst encounter we can get, especially since we can evolve it all the way. And we just named this one a Rock. And we do spend a lot of time in here grinding because Marshtomp can pretty much one-shot everything he encounters in here. Now for Roxanne, we're planning on sweeping her with Shibuya, so we're definitely gonna farm Shibuya the hardest here. But we will be leveling up our whole team. And yeah, we really grind Shibuya. We get him all the way up to level 32. So with that, we can definitely sweep Roxanne. But we're not done yet. We do have the rest of our team to level up. with mate hitting 20, I'm gonna call it on the grind for now because I think we're prepared to take on Roxanne. For the future, I'm probably gonna cut out these grinding sessions a lot more because they tend to drag on. I just want to show my process of what I'm probably gonna be doing before every gym leader. But yeah, for the second time now, let's have a overview of what our team looks like so far. We have Mate at level 20, Small Wings at 21, Shibuya at 32, Flambeau at 20, Brooklyn at 20, and Toof at 20. And I'd say we have a pretty well-rounded team as far as typing goes to start off here. Now obviously we're gonna make Shibuya our lead here as we go to take on Roxanne. Now, ooh-wee. With Marsh Stomp at level 32, this first gym, I'm not gonna hold you, it's a joke. Everything goes down in one hit to Shibuya. Everything is weak to either water or ground, and we have stab on both. And we got a coverage move Rock Slide at 32, just to add even more coverage. But yeah, as you can see, everything is going down in one hit. And that grinding is definitely worth it. As now we're not at any risk to lose anybody here. So we get through all the gym trainers, but we still have Roxanne left. And her arsenal is definitely, obviously, upgraded from the original. She has 6 Pokemon, all strong. But Nose Pass goes down to 1 Bubble Beam. And then she sends out Leap. Probably has a Grass move, but we're able to take it out with 1 Mud Shot. And then she sends out Anorith. And 1 Bubble Beam is enough to take it out. And now she sends out Relicanth. But 1 Mud Shot's enough to take it out as well. And with 2 Pokemon left, she sends out Shuckle. Who lives through a Bubble Beam, surprisingly. We hit it with 1 more, and it does go down. But I actually couldn't believe that we had over 15 levels on it, and it still lived. Her last Pokemon was a Lunatone, which we took out in 1 hit, and we're easily able to claim the Stone Badge. It allows us to use Cut outside of battle. We also get TM Rock Tomb, but we're probably never going to use that. And that's our first gym, really easily. So that's going to mark the end of this video. In the next one, we're going to start going towards our second. We're going to go to Dewford Town to face Brawly. But until next time, thanks for watching again. And if you liked the video, it would help out a lot if you commented and liked. Thanks.